Hello everyone, Mr. Bean 35000 VR here, and I have Chadders with me.
Hello! So, today we're showing off yet another feature of the CTGP-R Ghost update. So just to recap, we've got a Ghost update on the way. That is to say, we are doing a massive update to CTGP, which adds time trial support.
Now, as you can see here, we've got a new button on the main menu of our CTGP-R channel.
For the first time in ages. Don't worry, you can still exit the channel, as most people are worried about that. You press the home button.
Like so. Let me demonstrate.
That's always been in there for the record.
Yes. Anyway, so we're going to be showing you what this new Ghost button does, and let's get underway. So first and foremost, you can see here, this is what happens when you click the Ghost button. You've got three options. You can choose to connect your Ghost to the Ghost database, which, as the description says, is an online service where you can download Ghosts, compare yourself to other players and whatnot.
So this is much like the Mario Kart channel of old, where you could see all the tracks and you could see the top 10s and etc, etc, etc.
Yep, and we've got local Ghosts, which is just...
This is the parallel of the downloaded Ghost data list in the original Mario Kart, so it lists all the Ghosts you have on your SD card. So we mentioned before that the new CTGP Ghost update will store all of the times that you set and download to your SD card, and this is a little management interface for that.
Although it's not quite like the downloaded Ghost data list in the sense that it does contain your own Ghosts as well. So it's just kind of like every Ghost that you have on your SD card is on this button.
Yeah.
And then this settings button, which is just specifically for settings to do with Ghosts and their saving. Now we're going to start off with the Ghost database.
Okay.
So let's connect up and see what's going on.
So at this point, if you had any times on your SD card, it would upload them to the Ghost database.
But I don't.
Mr. Bean doesn't at the moment. He does, but obviously they've already been uploaded, so there's nothing to upload.
So we've connected to our server, and this is what you get when you first get here. So you can choose which tracks you want to have a look at. You've got Nintendo's tracks, which are the original 32 tracks that were on the original Mario Kart Wii disc. We've got CTGP tracks, which is every track that's in CTGP right now. My Stuff tracks. Now this is a cool button right here. If you put a track in your My Stuff folder, you can then go and view leaderboards for that track, and you can see and download times of people who have done the same thing as well. So say for instance there's a brand new custom track, and people are trying it out. If you My Stuff it and then go there, you can see leaderboards for that track and download times from other people.
And then last but not least is the Other Tracks button, which shows all leaderboards we have that are not Nintendo or CTP track leaderboards.
Yes.
So that will have all of the My Stuff leaderboards that you've got on your... So the My Stuff tracks button is specific to your SD card, so that's the tracks that you have, whereas Other Track is all custom tracks that we know about, basically.
Yes. So anyway, let's lead off with Nintendo tracks. Now we've been working jolly hard. As you can see, we've got a lot of Ghosts here according to the total Ghosts column, and that's because we've been importing the top 10s from...
Yeah, so we don't have an accurate history of every Ghost that was on the Nintendo servers. Unfortunately, they were lost when the Nintendo servers were shut down. But we tried to do our best to recover the times that we can.
Yeah, so we've got Ghosts for an awful lot of these, and the best part about this is that you don't have to, you've got your best time. Cole's the best time. And this screen is pretty cool. This is okay.
Go
Come back
to
to that one.
So this is what it looks like when you select a Ghost, as you can see. So it shows some basic information off, so we can see the time, the player, the country if we know it, character, vehicle, controller,
and when it was set.
Also the splits.
And
then we've got these three buttons: download, more info, and report.
Yeah, in order. Download, downloads it. More info shows you that screen that I was far too hasty. Cheddar's called me out on. And report is if someone uploads a hacked time or similar, you can come here and report.
To be clear, we do have lots of anti-hack features in, so this button shouldn't be very necessary, but we thought we'd throw it in there as a precaution.
Yeah.
So
just in case.
We don't intend to have any hack times on leaderboard. It's purely, hopefully it should just be the times that are
be very nice. Anyway,
legitimate, so we don't have to worry about that.
This time for reals, let's look at the more info.
So we do also have a bit more information about the Ghost.
This screen is just like an info dump of everything you could ever want to know, and then some.
About the Ghost.
Now depending on whether the Ghost was set in CTGP or not, or some of this information may not be available, but for instance, you can get the Shrooms drought from here and get more information about... We don't quite know the region within the country stuff, so that's listed in here as well. You can check on the drift type, how many laps it drove.
There's also the cool exact time feature, so I don't think we've shown this one off on YouTube yet. We did show it off on Mr. Bean's Twitch, twitch.tv/MrBean35000VR if you don't know about it. So the exact time feature is a feature... So when you cross the finish line in Mario Kart Wii, basically the game calculates the time accurate to the millisecond it displays. That's what we normally see at the time. So it's like 108.947, for example, for Cole. But we have seen in the past people get tied, so they get the same time. So two people get 108.947, and this exact time feature basically just times accurate, as you can see, to the picosecond, which is 12 decimal places. When you cross the line in CTGP, this doesn't apply to old Nintendo Ghosts, but in CTGP, when you cross the line, we calculate the time much more accurately than the original game did, which allows us to break those ties. So on our leaderboard, the tie break is where is down to the picosecond, and I guess the chances of people tying to the picosecond should be
fairly rare.
fairly unlikely.
And if that happens, then whoever uploaded the time first is the winner.
Yeah, well done.
Or
then.
something.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
Yeah. And we've also got this little potential for cheats field. Whenever a ghost is set, we check it out to see if we think that there was any foul play in setting it, and those will be listed here.
Yeah. So you can see, the point is we get loads of information about this. We also should mention there'll be a website that goes alongside this. You don't have to be in the CTGP-R channel. The website will basically show all this information as well. So it's just in case you can't be bothered to use the Wiimote or something.
Perhaps it's even more functional than the CTGP-R channel itself. I mean, this is pretty good, but I think the website might be a bit better.
Anyway,
moving on.
But more excitingly, it's not just the top time in the world you can look at. So on the Mario Kart channel, you may remember all you could do was look at the top time in the world. This, who cares? Look at any time. Rank 5, you want to download it? Great, fine, whatever. Download it. Exactly.
See? Now we didn't really touch on the report button. We kind of skipped over that.
Yeah, well,
I'll just show you it.
Yeah, fine.
We're on the Grand Tour right now. So I don't like this guy. I think his run is terrible for some reason. I don't actually. Just the disclaimer. But yes, this just gives you a facility by which to send a basic little report to us to say if you've had a problem with it. Like, I think commonly you're going to get people uploading silly names or whatnot, or
hopefully we'll have no
silly
silly on the server, but we'll do our best to keep it clean.
Then you can report them, and then there's the classic desync one, and then if you suspect truly foul play, you can do that as well. Yeah. Anyway, you just click one of those, say yes, and it sends a report.
But we don't think there's any problems with that one, so let's go back.
Don't want to flood these things, so
yeah. So, as you can see, and the other thing is, it's not just the top 15. Yeah, you can scroll.
We can scroll down now. There's only 23 unique records on this leaderboard. Anything below the top, I mean, we've recreated the top 10, so anything 11th and below is kind of inaccurate, if you see what I mean.
Now, you notice one of the times is listed there in gold. That's Mr. Bean's own time. So when you've uploaded the time, your own time will be highlighted to you.
So you can see where you are on the leaderboard.
So you can see how you're doing.
So I'm ranked 20 according to this, which
is you may notice in the bottom left it says press X or 1 to access filters.
So
well, this is very
X
exciting.
Or 1.
Yes.
I've only got a 1 button, so I'm going to press that. So here is a nice feature that you couldn't do on the Nintendo leaderboards at all.
So this is filtering. So some people like to maintain records of, say, all the times that I don't know, don't use shrooms, or all the times that are set with a cart, or something like that.
Well,
we don't want to have 50,000 leaderboards to describe all of that. So what we do instead is we allow you to filter the main leaderboard. So that is to say, you remove from your screen all the times of the leaderboard which say use shrooms or whatever. And that allows you to see a leaderboard of what you want to see. So if you want to see the fastest kart times, you can just set it to just kart. Yes. Or, for example, the region. So if you want to see the fastest time set in Europe, let's say, you can do that.
So this is basically your regional leaderboard control down here.
Exactly. So, for example, if we set Europe, I don't know, I assume this will work.
Yeah, that should work.
And press B. It reloads the leaderboard, but you see, most of the time's been eliminated, so now we can see that in theory...
And I am the worst of them!
Mr. Bean is the worst European at Luigi circuits that we know about. So well done, Mr. Bean.
Can't wait for everyone to get this, so there can be people who are worse than me.
It's a pretty good time, 1:10.579, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for a 5-minute effort.
Now, the other interesting thing is, we don't just keep the fastest time for each player, we also have all of the times. And so that's why, if you remember on the interface, it said there was something like 60 ghosts on this track, but we only see 23 in the interface. So if Mr. Bean turns on show obsoleted players, ghosts, whatever it's called.
Then all of a sudden, look at all the coal we've got! Cole's little improvement chain was massive, but basically now you can see every run that he set in his quest for 947, along with everybody else's multiple times. And that list goes on for quite some time, and there's a lot of me, and even my dad.
So Mr. Bean's dad, they're shown in gold because they were set on the same console, so it counts.
And they were actually me. So.
They weren't actually dad. But yes, so that's another cool feature, is you can show obsoleted times as well, which is how we can do things like if Cole had also set, I don't know, a kart time, I don't think he has, but if he had, when you turn on the karts filter, Cole might still appear, because it's not just his fastest time that shows up.
And some other, there's some more stuff in here. We're not done showing off this little menu.
Another cool one, I think, let's have a look at maybe the world record history. I think that's a cool feature.
Yeah, world record history. So, if you set the world record history, this shows you all the world records in order that they were set.
So this is like a progression of the fastest times in the world. So if you scroll back right to the game's release date back in 2008...
You can see the original world record on the Luigi circuit.
You see the first record.
Thankfully I am faster than. I'm faster than we were on day one.
But you can see that over time, the time improved, and so you can see as time went on, you can actually watch how
so there's been 46
things were improved, and obviously this will maintain into the future as well. So as we get new times, you see the world record history. So that's a nice little feature we've got.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, this is a pretty cool one, actually.
We also have fast lap leaderboards. Now we haven't imported the top 10 for this, but we should be able to see something here.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Give it a moment.
Here we are. And so here we can see fastest individual laps. Now these aren't necessarily runs that were specifically trying to get the fastest lap. So obviously, for example, using 3 shrooms on one lap would be the fastest way to.
Which is actually how people complete.
So people would probably get better times than 2:29:07. But you know, the point is we support the features. That's nice.
Yes. All right. I think that's probably enough of Luigi Circuit.
That's probably enough of Luigi Circuit.
Okay, so let's move on to something else. Like now, how about a track where? My goodness, there's more than one way to complete it, and each person, and there's plenty of people who would argue.
So a lot of people,
more important.
A lot of people are, would say, well, hang on, yes. So we may know that you can complete Mushroom Gorge by leaping on a rock, and you can complete it in, 40 seconds or whatever you can, or you can complete it by driving. And some people will say that completing it by driving is the proper way, and some people will say, well, the fastest way is the things. Well, our system is why not have both? Ding, so when you select Mushroom Gorge, it asks, do you want to see
the normal times,
or glitch times? And you can select your preference. So if we select glitch times, this will show only times which are using the glitch. And Sam F's amazing. We showed it off in a previous video. That's a brilliant run. I think we did. It was on a Twitch stream.
I think that was a Twitch stream.
Oh well, whatever. Anyway, point is, an amazing time certainly.
Incredible.
And as you can see, all these times are using the glitch because they're way too fast to complete Mushroom Gorge in any reasonable time.
But just as easily we can ask for the normal times.
But if we back out and go to the normal times, here we see the leaderboards where people haven't used that glitch. Now this is a totally automatic feature of the CTGP-R channel. When you do a ghost, basically, there's a little bit of code we've got in there. It's been watching over your shoulder in the code. He's sitting and watching.
I'll just take a look at where you've gone.
And he looks where you drive. And if you drive up the wall and around the corner, he says that's a glitch time. And so when you upload it to our leaderboard, it will be uploaded as a glitch time. There's no manual classification involved. It's fully automatic. And so your time will be compared with the other glitch times. And equally, if you don't do that, Bean goes, okay, that's fine, you drove normally, fine, we'll put you on this leaderboard, and this is where your time is. And again, fully automatic, we don't have to intervene at all. So that's really exciting, is that, we can have both leaderboards, and both of them support world record history, both of them support filters, so you can find the fastest shroomless cart time doing the glitch or something, I don't know.
If anyone wants to do
good luck with that, guys.
I look forward to seeing it.
And you can have fast laps for both, so glitch fast laps versus regular track fast laps.
Oh, I imagine those are pretty... Hang on, I'm curious now.
The glitch fast lap. I don't know if we have a full leaderboard.
It's going to be pretty fast, nevertheless. 6.3 seconds.
Jeez.
I mean, the thing is...
That's the second lap where they just fly up in the air, go left, fall down again.
The thing is, the firing shrooms up there is not going to help you, so, like...
That's probably as fast as it can go. Anyway, brilliant time. If you haven't seen that run, do download it and have a look.
Yeah, dude.
So that's glitch versus
actually real.
no glitch time, so that's exciting.
But what about a track like Grumble Volcano, for instance, which is even more chaotic?
So you may have noticed there were 4 buttons when he selected the Mushroom Gorge, and there were only 2 options available.
We haven't quite decided what we're doing with Volcano.
We've only ever used 3 of these buttons, but yes.
Shortcut, glitch, no shortcut.
So in this case, shortcut is referring to what's called the rock hop shortcut. So that's where you do this mighty leap that sort of takes you off the track and over a rock and blah, blah, blah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, but some people debate whether that's intentional or not. So again...
eventually, I believe it was. I believe it was considered intentional for a while, and then eventually they were like, no, or perhaps they decided that no shortcut should be... completely.
We say fine, whatever. Let's just have a different category. So
I don't care.
Again, we automatically classify if times jump over the rock hop shortcut, we put them in the shortcut category. If they
drive around the rock,
we leave the glitch category.
If they do none of the above, they end up in no shortcut.
And so various tracks will have shortcut, glitch, no shortcut categories, etc., etc., etc.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the history for the shortcut category because it's kind of been lost to the ages.
We might
still
well
looking
find
for it. Yeah. We'll see what we can come up with, but I mean, glitch is glitch.
And again, download all the times, it works exactly the same. I mean, you may notice some of the times, by the way, some of the times we've got dash for controller, for example.
For instance, if we don't know.
That's if we don't know. So not all of these times are downloadable, for example.
Like this one is almost certainly not, because we don't even know what character and combo they use.
If we knew the splits, we'd probably be able to download it. So this, for example, is a non-downloadable time, but it is
the date set is also yesterday.
Complete nonsense, yes.
Yeah. So for instance, if I tried to download that one, it's unfortunate. Don't bother reporting anything like this. Trust me, I've got your card marked. If you actually do report it, it will tell you off.
Brilliant. Yes, this is so we have got times that you can't download necessarily, but hopefully on every track we will have some times that you can download.
That is another point. If you get fed up of clicking on a time,
absolutely, yes, good thought. So one of the filters we have,
show times that have no available. This is for leaderboard consistency and the default setting, but if you turn it off, you get only times that you can download.
So all of these times, for example, are downloadable. So you can download.
For instance, my 44.428, which is clearly the best time.
Well, it's in gold. It must be good.
Yeah. Which is actually ranked 27 according to these boards.
Yeah. So that's just the Nintendo tracks, but as we mentioned...
Yeah, let's move on.
There's so many features. We've got so much to show you in these YouTube videos.
CTGP tracks. Well, the list goes on, and it 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 goes on.
218 tracks
in
CTGP. Oh, by the way, there's that little popularity thing as well. So
popularity.
That's a mildly nifty little... So this will just show... It's trying to a measure of how many ghosts are being uploaded. So as you can see, at the moment, most of the popularities are fairly low. When we release the server, these numbers will shoot up. But it's just a quick way of seeing which tracks seem to be competitive, which tracks people seem to be working on. So it's kind of like a measure of how active the leaderboard is, how many ghosts we're getting regularly. So, for example, one of the most popular at the moment seems to be Baby Park. And if we have a look at this... so these will all be timed from our beta testing crew, who've been... relentlessly testing the CTGP Go system for us. Thank you, you guys. And so here's some of the times that our beta testers got. Mr. Bean currently sitting pretty respectably in third place, I think.
I can turn corners, dude.
You can turn corners for 7 laps on GCN Baby Park.
I believe if you want to see all of my ghosts played back at once, we've got another video of that.
Yes, see our other videos.
We turned on the obsolete ghosts for this one. It's going to be a busy leaderboard. Rousseau was improving, Simon was improving, I've got times left, right and centre as well.
Yeah.
It's just a
mishmash of times.
It's pretty cool that you can do this though. I think this is a nifty feature. You get a look at all the pretty flags that we've got as well.
And just like on the regular tracks, some of the tracks have categories as well.
I
can't think of any offhand, but...
I can Cliff Village, for instance.
Cliff Village, thank you.
In the current BKT thread on MK boards, they track times that don't use a certain shortcut on the track, and as such we have multiple categories. We've got the shortcut version, which is a Baby Daisy bullet bike run, and we've got the no shortcut version, which is a Funky Kong flame runner run. Completely different. Funky Kong cannot actually do the shortcut, you see? That's the only reason. Yeah. So, and then there's some not so significant shortcuts as well, like Six King Labyrinth. They wanted multiple leaderboards for, so ask and ye shall receive and all that.
Yep. So I think that's pretty much covered that. Then we've got the My Stuff tracks. So, as we mentioned...
I put in one My Stuff track as an example.
So, in Mr. Bean, so the My Stuff folder, if you don't know, the My Stuff folder is a system to allow you to put mods on top of CTGP. So, CTGP is a mod itself to the game MKWii, but people like to put extra mods on, like custom characters, custom music, etc., on top of the CTGP mod. But one of the things you can actually do is you can put extra tracks in. So, if you want to try out a new author's custom track, or if you want to bring back a track that you really missed from an older version of CTGP or something like that, the My Stuff folder lets you do that. So in Mr. Bean's My Stuff folder, he's put...
I downloaded a fairly recent track as far as I can tell.
3DS MKWii. So this is the really crucial thing. The CTGP-R Channel has automatically detected, this is the really great thing, it automatically detected that the track in his My Stuff folder, without him having to do anything, is 3DS MKWii, and so it shows him the leaderboard. And so when he clicks on this, it shows two of our beta testers have also put 3DS
had that idea and done exactly this. So
their My Stuff folder and have set a time, and it's fully automatically put those times onto a separate leaderboard, and because Mr. Bean has it in his My Stuff folder, he can access that leaderboard, and if he downloads one of these ghosts, he can then go and look at it in the game.
Furthermore, the game itself is also designed to detect these tracks, and if it sees a My Stuff track, it won't, for instance, overwrite. It says track slot 09 there. In the top it says track slot Daisy Circuit, which is the equivalent.
Yeah.
So if I do a time trial on this, it's not going to overwrite my Daisy Circuit run in my save file or anything of the sort, nor my ghosts or anything. It's very smart about it.
So this is a super cool feature. It lets you time trial any custom track that's ever been made, not just the ones we even know about. You know, it can just be you can make one on your computer, put it in the SD card,
and you can get a leaderboard.
You will immediately get. I mean, you'll be the only person on it, but you can get a leaderboard,
and then you can submit a name.
So we're hoping this will be a really cool feature that people will enjoy for people who have time trial tracks that have gone out of fashion or whatever, or new up and coming tracks.
And that is actively happening at this moment. I've seen improvements recently to an old version of N64 Royal Raceway, for instance. Now, other tracks, as we said before, is everything else.
So this is literally every track we know about.
So we ask the simple question: Do you want to filter them just so the more popular runs are listed first? And the answer is presumably yes. It doesn't actually matter. But yeah, for instance, NC4 Rail Raceway, I don't actually know what track version it was, so I put 1.x in. But has seen improvements, and this automatically got 2 categories assigned to it as well.
Yeah, that's another
This was
interesting...
done on its own. I didn't do any of that.
Categories fully automatic, as we mentioned. The glitch category is automatically detected. Mr. Bean did not intervene here. This was a fully automatic glitch category that was made. And
that's a best.
Well done, Alex.
Time,
You've got a BKT.
As far as I know, and also this would be. I'm not sure if this is the completely up-to-date time, but that's also a best known time. Like, actually a best known time.
Now, you may notice starting at entry 12, we have tracks with very, very silly names.
This nonsense, you might declare.
So these are the tracks that we don't know the name of. So, like I mentioned, if you made a custom track on your computer and then shoved it on your SD card, obviously we wouldn't know the name of it because you've just made it and the name's still in your head. You haven't told anyone. So, until people tell anyone, we can't know. So
what that is like a unique identifier.
Yeah, we call it the SHA-1 hash. It's like a fingerprint. It's a unique number. Every track will have a unique number. They'll be completely different.
If you change it even slightly by 1 byte, by 1 texture, by 1 anything, that number is going to completely be different.
And then the idea is we'll have a way for people to tell us the names of tracks that they've spotted on the leaderboard. So if you do a time...
Yes, MKWii, by the way, that I stopped.
Which obviously is not very popular because it's got 0 popularity.
Because it hasn't been played recently.
Yeah.
If I go back to it, I could probably get the dates on this when it loads up, you know.
Yeah. So there'll be a way on our website to let us know what the names of some of those tracks are. So obviously we won't know the names of those tracks until someone tells us. So there'll be an entry form.
There we go. It was at the beginning of June that these two decided to test. I think they probably were just testing the feature because that's the earliest time that the beta testers actually had a hold of this. I think it was the first day of June.
You can see it's been a long time in development.
It has been a long time. We've needed all of this time.
We're merrily
We've had all sorts of crazy and interesting bugs. It wasn't suitable for public consumption, let's put it that way.
But it soon will be.
So popularity degrades over time, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's because they haven't done it recently. But so popularity just refers to time-based popularity.
Yeah, I think that's probably
all of the Ghost database. So let's have a look at some of the offline components, shall we?
Yeah. So that was all the online stuff. Also.
So this is what local Ghost looks like now. This is a mess.
Massive list.
This is all the Ghost data I have on my SD card. Shall we just scroll and see how much of that I have? La 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 584.
So, as we mentioned, Ghost files are very small.
Yeah.
The original game only allowed you to save your 32 PBs for each license and download 32 Ghosts, so not many at all.
I have 584 Ghosts on my SD card.
Chilling.
This is a 2 gigabyte SD card.
And it's nowhere near
700
full.
megabytes of that were taken by the CTGP. A further 300 by music and some other bits and pieces, you know. It's nowhere near full. All of these Ghosts to combine, what on earth would they take? Like, each Ghost ranges from about 2 kilobytes to 10 kilobytes in size. Yeah. So that should give you a bit of a...
And so you can see in here is a lot of the times are his own times. Obviously, every time he sets a time, it'll save. But also, all the downloaded times. You can see one of my times there. Chatters. Woo!
Chatters on Mushroom Peak's invalid category.
This was obviously a very early Ghost.
That's an old Ghost if it doesn't know what category it is.
Yeah,
wow.
Very early. Yes, so... you can see we've got all the downloaded times he's got.
He knows the category for me, yeah. That's a feature unique to local Ghosts, is that it'll tell you the category of anything that you click on.
Yeah. You can also
the more
delete the
info
Ghost.
is slightly different too. For instance, it shows you where it is on the SD card.
Yeah, so you can see you can see it puts it in the SD card and the CTGP-R folder, Ghost folder, slot circuit, and then the massive ID.
The SHA-1 hash, the time,
and then the player name.rkg is the file. So you can go and find that file on your SD card.
That's predictable, by the way. It's always going to be that way.
And you can send that to a friend or whatever if you want to, or you can just upload it and download it from the leaderboards.
Yep. Automatic process.
Yep. Good.
Yep. Good.
And you can delete times if you want to. I won't suggest you delete that one, but I'll
download
it again.
That's the best known time. I'm not deleting that.
Yeah. So I mean, you can download times and do whatever you want from here. Yeah, I don't think so.
Download times and do whatever you want from here.
You can download times to here. You can delete times and do whatever you want here. Yep. So that's good. And then I think the last thing is probably the Go settings menu right here.
Now then,
this is
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You might think, oh my goodness, this is exactly the same menu as I saw when you were fiddling with the filters, and for the most part you'd be right. However,
pay attention to the last setting.
Yes, the last setting is what time trial runs do you want to save in the game? I've currently got it set to all runs.
So that means literally every time Mr. Bean finishes a ghost, it will save a ghost to his SD card. Now this is in contrast to what the game would do normally. Normally, it only saves the fastest time. So this is very important. So if you set a time and it is
not your fastest,
it will not save. Which would be annoying if you were trying to set a I don't know, a fast lap time or something like that, or if you're trying to do a non-glitch time on a glitch leaderboard or something like that. So fastest only would be annoying. So we've got these extra settings such as top 5 or all runs. I think we were planning to add a fastest lap setting as well. We don't currently have that.
Only best and fastest laps.
Yeah, we're planning to add a setting for that. But anyway,
it's a bit worth noting that when you do a ghost on Nintendo tracks, they will save to both the save file and the SD card.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
However, in the case of all runs or top 5 times, if it's not a PB, it will only save to the SD card.
Yeah.
And not to your save file. So not to be confused.
Yeah, so the save file will still update as normal.
Exclusively for your best ghost.
Your save file updates as normal. So normally, with the normal behavior Mario Kart Wii is when you finish a Nintendo track and you set a top time, it saves that ghost in your save file. We still do that, but this setting affects which ghost we save to the SD card, as Mr. Bean rightly says. And consequently, that also affects which times we upload it. So when you set a time in the game, the next time you go onto the ghost menu, as we mentioned right at the start of the video, when you go onto the Connect to Ghost database button, it will upload all of the times that have not yet been uploaded from your SD card that have been saved.
Yes.
So because Mr. Bean has got the all-run settings, literally every time he sets will be sent to the server, which is why you see so many of his ghosts everywhere.
Whee!
Whereas somebody who only had top time would only upload their top time to the server. But as we mentioned, the server doesn't delete old time. So as you've seen, we're able to access like Cole's improvements, for example, on Luigi Circuit right back at the beginning of the video. We're able to see all of the incremental improvements and indeed download every single one of those if we wanted to.
Yes. Assuming they all exist.
Yeah, which obviously in the future they will.
Yeah. For custom tracks, they certainly will.
Yeah.
We'll retrieve as much ghost data as we can for everything else. As for the filters that you see up top, it's labeled default leaderboard filter settings. These are the same ones that you saw on the ghost database a little earlier, but these are your default settings.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go into that filters menu and change them every time, you can literally just come here, set them once, and that's always what you're going to have. Forever, if you wish, and then you reset them at your own leisure. Similarly, in the filter section that you can access in the ghost database itself, you can force it. You can make those save permanently as well. So this is just kind of a more convenient way of accessing things. So there you go. That is your ghosts button.
Absolutely. So coming soon to a CTGP near you, the ghost button. I hope
it's one heck of a button.
have enjoyed what you see here, and I hope this will be an exciting feature. So it'll give us a way to compare your times around the world. I mean, obviously, this rule relies on you having an internet connection on your Wii. So if you don't, obviously you
can
still
use the local ghost settings.
But you can use the local ghost, and you can check our website to see obviously what the fastest times are, and you can download the times from our website, put them on your SD card, and play them back. So even if you don't have internet on your Wii, you'll still be able to access, but you won't be able to upload times. Unfortunately, you have to have the channel to upload times. But yeah, we hope you enjoy what you see here. We'll probably be back with another video at some point showing off some more stuff. But this is the next instalment in the Ghost Update videos.
More coming soon. Got some fun stuff on the way.
As always, question release date. Yes, I think we're still looking at about maybe 2 weeks. Question mark.
Which is a downgrade over our last video, I feel. But
I think last time I said 2 to 3 weeks, and that was probably more than a week.
No, I think it said 1 to 2 weeks, didn't it?
Didn't I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. Anyway, something like that. Coming soon, TM.
Absolutely this month.
Yeah, July. Yes, I will say July.
Sometime this month.
It will happen in July.
Yes.
We hope.
No, it will.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cross fingers.
Yeah. So
coming soon, probably.
Hope you enjoy what you see here. And
thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it out all the way to the end. Those of you who have, those of you who skipped here.
Oh yeah,
man, you're silly.
We will probably be on Mr. Bean's live stream.
Yes, over the coming days.
Over the coming days, we will probably be doing some work setting staff ghosts. We intend to have staff ghosts for every track, much like Nintendo did. And obviously, we need to drive those staff ghosts. So if you want to come see some of this development, you can head to twitch.tv/MrBean35000VR, which is a live stream.
Which will be up at some point, presumably. Not tonight.
Obviously, it's a live stream, so it's off and on. And,
it's a movable feast.
But if you subscribe to that one, you can get an alert whenever it goes live.
Speaking of movable feasts, I'm hungry. Let's get out of here.
Alrighty then. It's been a pleasure, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.